in case you're wondering, yes, Brent is wearing the same outfit every week.
I don't think they were wondering.
I don't know what's up with this guy. He always looks exactly the same. It's weird. He's like a superhero.
I look better naked.
That's debatable.
Well, you tell me.
Ah, I'm going to touch my face. Nobody touches my face. That's how you do boxing, by the way. You wait right till they get there, then you pull back. Niggas always want to overreact too early. See, when I get right here, that's when you're supposed to move. You ain't supposed to wait. By the way, nobody throws a punch like that. You see that
Unless you're from the 20s.
Yeah, you see that weird kung fu punch I just threw at you? That would have been terrible. I'd have got beat up with that one. But,
versus all the other things you get beat up for?
Yeah. I was getting bullied a lot as a child. I really didn't, actually. I was pretty big. I was a big kid. They didn't fuck with me. They left me alone. Especially when I'd hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.
Right there in the ribs, typically. I think I punched somebody in the arm. No, it was the chest. It was the chest. Yeah, the kid in the chest. I said that on the pod before, though. Yeah, I hit him in the chest real hard. He left me alone. He didn't want to fuck with me anymore. You didn't see it, coach? Coach was like, you shouldn't have fucked with him.
I choked some kid once and he never...
You just choked him casually?
No, he was fucking with me. This was in junior high. He was like in the beginning of trying to be a little cholo, trying to be a little fucking gangster. And he was just fucking with me for no reason. Like, our lockers were close to each other in gym, in PE. And like, he was just fucking with me for literally no goddamn reason. This was a magnet school too. He was fucking with me for no goddamn reason.
Wait, you went to magnet school?
I did.
That's why you say all those stupid words to me?
And he started fucking with me, and he started like punching, like he started like fighting with me. And like he was like right next to a wall though, and so I immediately put my hands around his throat and pushed him up against the wall. And so he was still hitting me, but my hands were around his fucking throat. And the only thing that broke us up was we had our PE teacher was this giant bodybuilder. Like, you know how
how do you know he was a giant? Weren't you a little kid?
No, I've seen pictures of him since then. He was
He's still big as fuck.
He was big as fuck. He was. Do you remember The Rock's oversized shirt that he used to wear in the late '90s when he had the gyno surgery? The oversized black top, the oversized black shirt he wore when he wrestled.
Surgery? Oh yeah. Is that why he was doing that? For a while?
Yeah, that's because he had the gyno surgery.
I didn't know why.
But a lot of bodybuilders are wearing that.
What the hell is a gyno surgery, by the way?
That's where when you're a bodybuilder and you do too much of the asterisk. When you do too much of the steroidians, you can grow tits.
Are you saying that The Rock had tits because of it?
Yeah.
They were saying that about Israel Adesanya last weekend. His right tit was hanging. Just his right one, though. Everybody was like, that's not how it works. It's just damaging the area.
Yeah.
He was like, wouldn't it be funny if I died? He actually said that on an interview. He said, wouldn't it be funny if I died, had like massive cancer in my right tit, and everybody was giving me shit about having steroids?
Yeah.
He's like, wouldn't that be fucking hilarious right now? I was like, yo, he's like me. Like, there's something wrong with this motherfucker. Like, the way his brain works. Because I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Make fun of it. Because I know I'm not doing anything illegal. So fuck y'all. You pieces of shit. You gonna be just like, he literally brought up Black Panther. He was like, remember they were talking all that shit? And then the next thing you know, all of a sudden, he's like, now wouldn't that be fucking hilarious, you punk ass mother? Oh my god, damn, he's such a savage.
But this,
you were saying about your steroid
But this teacher had most days he would come in the big bodybuilder ponchos from the late '90s, where he'd just throw that over your fucking shirt.
Bodybuilder ponchos.
Because he was built like he was a walking capital V. Like, he just came like this and he just had muscles on top of muscles and shit.
Bigger or smaller than Dickel?
Peter Jablonski, much bigger. Much fucking bigger.
Fuck out of here. Bigger.
And he picked us both up. Now, mind you, we were 12, 13. But still, he picked us both up by the scruff of the necks like we were puppy dogs. Like we were fucking, like we were, right there.
Like we were on the scruff of my damn neck. I'll fight the shit out of you, big motherfucker. I'll kick you in the dick.
Like we were fucking puppy. He
picked
us up like he was carrying 2 6-packs into the house and separated us.
That's funny though.
Yeah,
I would have thought he grabbed you by the belt or something, like a little pants loop. But I guess technically you're dealing with kids.
It was probably the shirt, but it was still like I was here 1 second, and the next second I was here.
Right. Yeah, that's weird. You always had to watch like bigger kids when you were smaller, because like kids that were a little heavier, them motherfuckers were strong, and niggas didn't know it. They always thought it was the good idea to pick up. It would always be some little skinny, stupid kid.
Because the kids that grow up with that kind of fat have to lug it around all the time.
Right. So they're strongest.
So they have to So it just naturally builds some kind of strength with that.
I, as a child, realized this when I was very young. Even so, I was like, no, that guy's strong. I can tell. I don't know what it was about my brain since I was little. I've always kind of had this, like, I analyze shit very quickly. I look, I'm like, I remember this big kid in our neighborhood.
You might be able to outrun them because their cardio may not be there.
No, you should dust them.
But their strength.
But if they grab you, you're going to lose.
Yeah, their strength is their strength.
Now, when you get to still middle school, even parts of high school, I would say, before you start to grow into like your man body, kind of fight it off a little bit more. Yeah, no, you still probably getting your ass whooped instantly if they grab you. Like, period. Just period. But I remember I was talking to my boy Travis on 2K the other day. We had the shit plugged in, I was telling you. And we were talking about this dude in our neighborhood named Quentin. Quentin was a big boy. Quentin was like, he was probably grown man size already. Like, he's probably your height and your size right now. Maybe a little smaller at that time because, we were like kids. Like, probably like middle school, late middle school, maybe like 8th, 9th grade. Middle school, high school, like right there. Probably like 8th grade for them, 9th grade for me, I think.
Yeah.
But I just remember being outside and Quentin was about to move. But they used to always talk shit to Quentin. Like Travis used to fuck with Quentin all the time. Travis was a little dude from New York, just popped off a lot. But we were all cool, but it was one of those things you could just tell Quentin was like, nah, it's my last day. I'm going to fuck him up because there ain't going to be no repercussions. I'm moving.
I'm leaving.
If I catch this motherfucker, I'm going to kill him. And I knew it. I could see it in his energy. I was like, yo, this nigga really want to catch Travis and fuck him up. Like, and Travis, being the like guy that was running the neighborhood, you had to know like, all right, yo, I can't let him catch me, because if he catches me, he's gonna whip me, and we knew it. Like, if he grabbed this motherfucker, he's gonna slam him so hard on his fucking head, and then we all gotta be like, yo, what up? We gonna have to get our asses whooped, because he gonna fuck us all up. We knew it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So we like, I just kept thinking like, I was talking to him because he never copped to it before, but we 31 now. It's like whatever, that was so long ago, but. My nigga was like, oh, I knew. He said, I knew. That's why I kept fucking with him. I was like, he went in his window. He was throwing batteries out the window at the motherfucker, like hitting him in the
That's a New York thing to do.
Bro, I was so weak.
That's such a New York thing to do.
Quentin glasses was like blowing off his head. Like, he was like a cartoon character with the steam coming out his ears because he was fast as shit. Because Quentin started working out. So he was big, but he was like fast, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you hear it like, doo, 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 doo. You like, oh shit, this motherfucker about to catch me, right? So he chasing this motherfucker around the neighborhood, and Travis is one of the fastest people I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's literally like the fucking road runner. So this motherfucker's just, but then you see Quentin like running his ass down. You're like, oh shit, run! But it's just funny to think back, because even then, like, me and him were probably the only two in the neighborhood that really had done the math. Like, everybody was so scared of Travis, but it's like, no, we know if that guy grabs him, that reputation goes out the window, because he gonna whoop your ass like bad. So it's just funny to think back, like, to those times when people didn't really understand that. I always understood that shit. Like, I was never the guy like, I'm gonna pick on somebody.
PS4 is firing up again.
Fucking A. Look at my stat line though. Maybe if I play it though. Yeah. David Aldridge. We think we'll get tagged for that? 2K will probably tell me to take down my whole life. Goddamn PlayStation. Being all loud and shit. Fuck. Alright.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Had to watch that shit.
Speaking of 2K, that actually brings me to something I want to talk about.
You have a 2K topic? I'm so in.
Similar.
I'm down. What do you mean similar? It better be it.
So,
don't tempt me with a good
since
time.
the world shut down, you've seen all these stories about people saying, oh, I want to learn a new language, or I want to do this, I want to do that, with all the time that they have now, right? They want to get better at something.
Yes.
Have you found, and if you have, what is it, that you've actually, things that you've actually gotten worse at?
Yeah.
In this time frame, and what is it?
One thing that I noticed recently that I've definitely gotten worse at is driving.
Because you don't have to do it.
I don't have to drive anywhere. Like, I be driving now, and I be like, the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I was a professional driver for, like, a year and some change. And now when I try to parallel park, I tend to hit the curb before I even, like, pull in. I have to pull back out. And people look at me like, why you park so bad? And I have a driveway now. So I don't even have to do it at all.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, why am I so bad at this? Or even like staying in my lane. Like, I used to be able to, I remember before I had the little phone thing up, I used to have my shit on my lap like this, right? So I can't look down no more. Like I can't look away from the. I used to be able to just look down real quick, whatever, do whatever, and then come back up. Like
yeah, that
I can't do shit.
It of all the talk that you hear about, don't text and drive and this, that, or the other.
Right.
And you know what? For most people, that's probably true. I feel like I drive better when I'm not really thinking about
I was
driving.
legendary with the shit.
Like when I have, like if I have the phone in my hand and I'm watching something or something, and most of the time I'm watching something, I'm not necessarily watching something that I have to look at the actual screen for.
Right. Just something that you know, kind of hearing.
But even if I'm like searching for something, I can do this and still kind of know what's going on around me, and still like see the periphery of a car, even that's supposed to be in my blind spot, and kind of feel it like this motherfucker's gonna try to get the fuck over. Put my phone down and drive.
No, this shit is done. I don't have it. I don't have it right now. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't have any of it. It's all bad.
By the way, CHP, you can't get me for that shit. You haven't seen me do any of this.
That was all hypothetical.
That's all right.
Yeah,
it's all
conjecture.
fake. I was talking
just
shit.
talking about potential situations and scenarios, obviously.
Right. But I've never hit anybody on my phone doing that.
Never.
Or hit anything. Or
I've hit 2 things my entire life, and neither one of them was because of a phone.
Right.
Well, actually, I take it back. They were both because of a phone, but it wasn't because I was texting. It was because I was talking, and it wasn't like this. It was actually headphones.
It was on the Safeway.
It was right. It was directions, because my mom one time was like, I was like, "Hey, mom, I'm about to get off at this exit. Is it this one or that one?" She was like, "Oh yeah, take a right." No, take a left. And so I was like, and it had just started raining, so the roads were wet. My tires spent. Boom! I hit a guardrail. Only other time I was high as fuck out here in California, and I had bumped somebody's car because I looked down for a split second. It was on your road. Matter of fact, I was on your road, coming to your place. And I wasn't even driving my car. That's what was fucked up. I was real mad at myself. I looked down for a split second because I had smoked before and drove, but I had never, I guess, been that high or whatever the fuck I smoked. It threw me off.
Right.
I was like, oh, I didn't know it was different highs. So I'm like moving real slow and paying attention, and something went off. It was like maybe an alarm or something went off, and I was just like, I looked down, and it felt like it did like this. It felt like I said like that. It felt like I was just like that. But in real life, I probably said.
Yeah.
So I slammed on brakes and I hit this lady's car leg. And so no damage was reported. They did file the claim and everything, but I sent the pictures and nobody's car got fucked up at all. So I was lucky. But I guess technically it was a phone. But it was because I was high though. That was really wild.
Of all the times I've actually hit something in my car, not been hit by something.
Right.
I was stone cold sober, wide awake, and not fucking with my phone the times that it happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The very first time was when I was like 18, and I went to the bank, and I backed out of the spot and didn't see one of those big fucking yellow pillars.
Those
fucking
mom tore
pillars.
Her car up with
didn't
that.
see that shit. Busted out the taillight.
That's exactly what happened.
Didn't see it coming. I
like
stone cold sober. I went to the bank to get a fucking 20 or something.
Yep.
And
that happened to my mom last year. Same
and and every other time I was stone cold sober. There was one time I was actually going towards to a job interview, and this car.
Worst timing.
And this car back. It was I was going to like Apple One or something in like some business court.
Apple One.
And all the slots were diagonal.
You tried all the jobs I tried. I hated them.
Yeah.
Like all those stupid fuck.
Apple One actually got me the jobs that I was at for the longest period of time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Apple One
I used to look at them
got
all the
me.
time like, man, this fake ass company.
Apple One got me the job I was at for like 5 years straight.
That's funny.
But I went to there to do the orientation shit, and all the parking slots were slanted, and there was this big ass SUV, and I didn't see the car back out from the space behind the SUV, and we hit each other.
Got it.
Right, and like there are other times where like I've accidentally hit something, but again, stone cold sober, not fucking with my phone. Times I was on my phone and or high and or drunk, smooth fucking sailing.
Yeah,
it's funny enough.
I've had numerous times. Like I try to be better with that shit. Like I really don't touch my phone. Like I leave it up in that little holster thing. 97% of the time now. Only if I know I'm going like right around the corner, I'll keep the shit on my lap, and it'll be like I might glance down, but for the most part I'm like, all right. And this new phone actually it does that do not disturb shit by itself, kinda. You just go into this.
It feels you going a certain
and it's
space,
like,
and
cut that shit off. You're not doing anything. I'm like, hey, fuck you. Work for me. Stop.
Right.
Like, don't tell me what I can do.
Right.
I'm good at stuff. But yeah, it's weird. But like, yeah, that's the only time, because I'm not a smoker at all. You know what I'm saying, for real. And I hadn't smoked for like maybe 6, 7, 8 months, and then
I've started smoking a lot recently.
No, I smoked recently. Like this weekend,
I started smoking a lot more recently.
Yeah, this weekend I was lit. Like I think I took a bowl down by myself, which I never have done in my life. So I was like, oh, this is different. But even that, I was like just sitting at home. So I was just playing 2K. I'm just like, this is all right.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Something else that I've gotten bad at. Let me think. Over the course of I forgot how to rap for a while. That happened. But I think that was more because I quit for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think like, but in my head I couldn't put words together. Like I was just like, Polones, it's a fan, Brent's a man, here's my hand. Like it was that kind of shit. And I was like,
nigga, that can get you a multi-platinum deal now.
Well, it wasn't even that good. That's because I started rapping again. See, that was bars.
Like if you put your ad libs in between Polones, hey,
right,
it's a fan, hey,
yeah, no, it's real.
Brent's a man, hey,
right. Here's my hand. Hey. Yeah, those bars now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But legit, for like a couple months, I would try to, like, in my head, like, what if I was trying to put this together? What would I say? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what you mean you don't know? Like, I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? This is what you do. I'm like, literally, like, sitting there sometime, I'd be like, door. And then no word would come to me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, that's always been my thing. Or I'd be trying to be clever in a text message. Let me write some slick shit. I'm about to say something shit you never heard. I got nothing. So like for months at a time, I had no rhymes. Like, I could just free write with no rhythm, and that would kind of come out with some shit. But yeah, like from right before my birthday till just like early last month, nothing.
Well, that's one of the things for me that's gotten worse. And we talked about this a little bit, but I'm out of practice in terms of talking with other people. Specifically talking with people I don't already have a rapport with, specifically women I don't already have a rapport with. You know what I mean? I am way out of practice with an opening line, with saying hi, with just having a friendly conversation even with women that I don't already have that kind of rapport with. That's one thing.
You did good with Erica and Faith though.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you had met them both before, but you had never really talked to them like that. You had a little conversation with Faith, but
also I wasn't on the I want to get at you tip.
True.
I was on the
strictly this is some podcast.
I'm hosting
business.
My podcast tip. I wasn't trying to holler.
And these are Trey's friends. I know they're gonna be comfortable. They're gonna be chill.
Right.
So it's a little different.
Right. I wasn't trying to.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to get into their pants.
Yeah. Other than you being rapey, it showed for the most part.
That did not happen. Another thing is, and this is one thing that I wasn't great at. Well, not great at, but this is one thing that I had at one point, but hadn't used in a long time before all this shit happened. I am terrible at Madden. I am.
Haven't you been relearning it for like a month? You should be nice by now.
At Madden.
You're not nice by now?
No, I'm god awful at the shit.
You remember talking shit to me when I was playing Madden at your house? You were talking cash shit.
Yes, I was.
Do you take it back?
I do take it back.
You saw a difference.
I do
Which
take
one are you
it back.
playing? You playing 20?
I'm playing 19.
Oh, you're playing 19.
I'm playing 19.
I was playing 20, and I was getting my ass tore up.
I'm playing 19.
Cash shit to me. He was like, maybe if you threw it somewhere, it was in the middle of the field.
I hadn't played Madden since Madden 07 on Xbox.
Yeah, that's just tough.
And I think I hadn't played that since maybe 09, 2010. Maybe, because I had it for a while.
I think the last one I had prior was 10. I had 10 with it was a split cover with Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu.
And I got 19 because it was relatively cheap, and I forgot that video games came out the year before. Yeah. Like, so I probably could have gotten 20 on a decent
I got that
price
shit cheap.
or whatever.
I got mine like $20.
But I am maybe terrible 10. On that game. Like, I put it on pro, I lose every time. And the losing happens relatively early. If it's on if it's on rookie, I win.
Yeah.
But on pro, it happens. Shit unravels very quickly.
When you saw me, I was playing all pro. That's the
level I play. See, I haven't even gotten to all pro.
I stay consistent. I cannot get past all pro, which pisses me off, by the way, because I love being at the top of a game. Like you saw me playing basketball. I started off yesterday at All Star. Then I really got zoned. Or this weekend I started off on All Star. I got zoned in. I was like, oh, I get it now. I'm like in the flow. So I moved it up. And the next game I still had like 25, 8 and 8 or something. I was like, okay. I'm ready for Hall of Fame. And it was a little tougher, but then I found like my pockets. Okay, this guy's quick. He can hit the edges. He can do this. He can do that. And it was like, okay, now I have my vibe. So that's what you're seeing now. It's like it looks easy. Like I'm just playing against nothing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's me understanding how hard I was working to play this game. So on Madden, it don't matter how hard I play. Like I have to slow the game down. Like I won that game that you saw me play. Matter of fact, no, I lost. I still lost it, but I played them like I think it was like a 3-point game. We went into overtime and we kept scoring back and forth. They would not just let the other team lose because I was only playing offense. I wouldn't even play defense. I was like, because on defense I can't guard them at all.
Right.
I was like, on offense,
defense is my absolute. I can't do shit on defense.
I'll call him back.
Okay. I can't do shit on my defense. If the play doesn't get broken up on the run, like if the play doesn't get broken up at the line of scrimmage, I'm fucking a hope and a prayer that they don't fucking catch that shit. Because if I take control of the defender, it's about the same as if the computer has control of the defender.
Big facts, yeah.
It doesn't change much.
Yeah, I used to. My thing with Madden back in the day was I used to be able to take a situation where the ball would be up in the air because I used to run either safety or defensive end. Those were the two positions that I liked to play the most. Then it was when I got really in my bag, I used to play with the middle linebacker. That was when I was at my peak. Like that was pinnacle Trey Madden level. So the safety was dope because I could sit back, and I think it was a free safety, right side. Like when you're looking from the defensive end, you're looking still from the quarterback angle. But I would have, I want to say it was a free safety, maybe a strong safety. I can't remember. But either way, wherever Ed Reed was, I used to play with that position right there, and I would tear them the fuck up because I would just wait. You hit that strike button, you start doing this shit. Next thing you know, boop, pick, I'm gone, taking off, right? They took that button away for years. Like you couldn't stripe, you just had to balance and hope you would get it over the top or one of those, but you couldn't just turn and be like, I'm like, why the fuck can't I turn? You can do that shit in real life. Yeah. So if I'm in the right position, why is that my fault? They threw the ball, I'm in the right position, I turned around, I caught the ball. Like what's the issue? Right. So I had that for a while. Then it was I did defensive end because they had Brock Lesnar on that one year. He was on the game. He was on Madden. So I took him.
Didn't he get cut before anything happened?
They put him in the free agent pool. Oh. So I took Brock and I turned him into like a 93. Like I worked him up. Like I didn't add nothing to him, but he was getting sack after sack. Like I'm killing these motherfuckers. Toss them.
F5 and motherfuckers on the middle of the field.
Killing them, bro. I'm talking like demolishing people with Brock Lesnar. He was
shooting
like
star presses where you break your neck in the midfield for no reason.
I think I got him up to about a 92 or a 93. I'm just like, I'm carving him up. But that was my position, and I got him quicker. So he was strong, but he was like fast, so he could get to the quarterback. And then I had Ray Lewis for a stretch where I was like, I had Ray Lewis, and it was somebody for y'all. I can't remember the dude's name. San Francisco,
did he come with matching outfits to throw in a dumpster at the end of the game? That he may or may not have been wearing when his partner stabbed motherfuckers.
Trey has nothing on this. Look, we've done this before. I have nothing on this. Hey guys, listen. I've grown. Okay, I've grown. I'm in a better place. I've grown. No,
I'm not. Fuck Ray Lewis.
Brian Urlacher, another one I could play with, like in the middle of the field. Like I had. Who was y'all middle linebacker back then? Y'all had Terrell Spikes. Was it Terrell Spikes? Was he on your team?
In what, the mid 2000s or
early 2000s?
Yeah,
when Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher. Mid 2000s.
When Brock left.
Yeah,
so
like
05, 06-ish?
6, 7, right in there.
We didn't have much of a team back then. Like our biggest thing, we had Frank Gore and Alex Smith for the longest time, but they had nobody to play with and no coaches to teach them.
Well, not before Frank Gore. Frank Gore was there.
Frank Gore was there for a minute.
But who was it? I think it was. No, not so.
It may have been, but most of our team was not really recognizable back then.
Whoever it was,
as anything.
Y'all had one linebacker. It was either the right linebacker, left linebacker, or the middle linebacker. I know that doesn't say much, but it was a linebacker, and I remember I used to play with him too because I traded for him. I had Brock, him, Ray, and somebody else on the left. Like my defensive team was nasty, but you couldn't score on me basically. When I came back to Madden, it was the exact opposite. Like I cannot stop anything. Like the run, if I come near you, they're gonna juke me. They're gonna break me. They're gonna do this. I try to hit them with the hit stick. They're flying by me. I'm
still pretty good on the run, but if they get a halfway decent pass on me, they're gonna get it.
I'm good on the run as long as I just run up and do this. Like if I try to do anything extra, it's over. If I try to hit you hard, if I try to strip you, if I try to do anything, you're gone. You're gonna do a juke.
I can't. I haven't been able to strip anybody yet of the football at all.
But you know what? They get me all the time. When I play on the other end, they'll be bloop.
Motherfuckers, bloop. Do you know if you've watched, and you can watch this on youtube.com/surreal469 relearning Madden. If you've seen, take a shot every time I say it was in your hands. Because so many of my receivers have the football in their hands.
Right.
They catch it.
Right.
They catch the football.
And then
lightly touch my shoulder. Oh!
Yep, every time.
Just gone. In the hand. Don't get more yardage, whatever the fuck, take the hit. But it's in your goddamn hands, and they just drop it all the time. Or they catch it, and it's in their hands here, and somehow I have to go into the replay. I hit the microphone. I have to go into the replay and see some stupid angle where the computer says it fumbled out somewhere.
Right.
When if you look at it in real time, it looks like my man caught it on the thing. And then I challenge the shit and lose a timeout because it looked like he caught the shit.
I was going to say, well, they started doing on 2K, which is annoying as fuck, by the way. They start missing some calls randomly throughout the game because you have those
challenges.
You have the challenges now. So they'll miss calls on purpose. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Like, no, you're a video game.
In real life, that happens.
I don't fucking care, Brent. If I'm playing you and I for some reason use my challenge in the first half because I thought it was my ball, and then we get to the second or fourth quarter and you step out of bounds and then you shoot a 3-pointer and it ends the game.
Is the challenge not the same in NBA as it is in football?
No, you don't get it back. So you challenge. You can only challenge once.
So at the half, you don't still get the same amount of timeouts?
No, you get the same amount of timeouts, but you can only challenge once.
Okay.
If you miss, you lose the timeout. If you get it right, you keep your timeout, but your challenge is gone for the game. Period.
Either way, you only get the one challenge.
So you're fucked unless it's the last 2 minutes. If it's the last 2 minutes of each quarter, then they'll go and take a look. But my whole thing is, or the last 2 minutes of, I think, the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And maybe the second. I can't remember the other part, but I know it's the fourth quarter. But, man, that shit's so fucking annoying. Like, no, man, you're a video game. You know what you did. Like, no. And I had it. I remember TJ telling me, the thing that made him stop playing Madden for the longest. He was playing against somebody. Motherfucker was like, threw the ball. Motherfucker was in perfect position. Had it set up. Shit went right through his chest. Other dude caught the ball, ran in for a touchdown. He lost his fucking mind.
I don't blame him.
Then he said he took his disc and just broke that shit in half instantly. I think he might have spiked his system.
I don't fucking blame him.
He said,
blame him.
He said, bro, I was set up, balls coming right at me. That shit went right through the numbers, went right to the other guy. He said, boop, ran for a touchdown. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. There definitely been plenty of times. There's definitely been plenty of times where if I wasn't streaming, I'd have just quit right fucking there, just on GP. There was a game I played a couple of days ago. I think it was a practice exhibition game, just me, and I may have been playing Seattle. They were doing a run play, regular old run play. For some reason, the running back or fullback just started the first half with jets on his back, like
fullback taking off,
like not even like, okay, we just missed the tackle,
right?
But like down, but like look at where my hand is. Down set, height, like what the fuck? Like no.
And this wasn't Mike Allstott.
It was like, yo, you can't. Nobody on this game runs this fast. Like what the fuck is that horse shit? Like that's just bullshit.
Yeah, that shit is. They always got some kind of weird.
So it may not just be me.
Who were you playing?
Being terrible.
What team were you playing against?
Because
there's one guy.
I forget what team it was. It may have been Seattle. I can't remember who it was.
I want to say it's a guy on Carolina. I want to say that like their fullback is just all kinds of fast. I want to say it's Carolina. I can't be 100% sure because it might be the Titans. But he is just like stupid fast because he's small to be a fullback. Like you're not expecting him. Mm-hmm. He's damn near smaller than the halfback. So you're like, why the fuck is this dude playing fullback? And why the hell is he so fast? Because I played him and he did the same thing to me. I'm just looking like. But then I watched him on TV one day and I was like, oh, okay, this motherfucker really is. He's just different. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy. Why he's so damn. I say Christian McCaffrey. That name's coming to my head, but I don't really know.
I know there was one guy who Madden fucked up, and instead of billing him as 6 foot whatever, they accidentally billed him as like 3 foot whatever, so he was impossible to catch.
What the fuck? Yeah, that was like this year on 2K. They had fucking Kawhi Leonard, right? Kawhi Leonard got like the master, the mid range jumper, right? It's like his thing now. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, his shit is he doesn't shoot. He can't shoot for real. He's a dunker. He dunks. Like he spins, he dunks, he moves you out the way, move, bang, right? they had his mid-range at like a 85, 90, and Kawhi's at like a 70-something. And everybody was like, what the fuck? 2K, what kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah.
Like, how y'all missed this? These are two of the greatest players on the planet right now. Y'all somehow got this wrong? Like,
what are your thoughts on just strictly football? Kaepernick's rating in Madden.
It was too high. It was too high.
Entirely too high.
Because you took him out. So
entirely too high.
I understand that he's had like good workout showings and all that kind of shit. Like, he looks good in workouts, but you can't make him higher than he was the last time he was in a game.
At his best, he was never that high.
What is he on again? He's at
80 something, like 82, 83 something, like early 80s. Yeah,
I think he was better at some point. Which before people knew how to guard him, he was really good. That first year that he took over for Alex Smith,
he was surprising because he could do the wildcat and he could run.
And people didn't know,
and he could run.
So he could hit an open defender.
But he always had the weakness of his throw. Or where he threw it, his accuracy was always
that first year when he took over for Alex Smith when y'all were 7-0 or whatever, and then he got
because
hurt.
Nobody was defending against the run.
They didn't know
because nobody in the league was doing a run.
But it made him look like he could throw because they were so close to, like, they were inching forward every time he would start moving, and he would just stop, pull back, boom, perfect little easy pass. So at that point, I would say Cap would have been an 86 to an 89 to me on the game.
But even then.
But now.
But even then, if you watched his games, he still had the issue of throwing into heavy coverage when he didn't have to.
But in the playoffs, the shit that Lamar Jackson did last year, when they wouldn't mention the guy whose record, there's only been one other guy who's ever thrown for this and this and this, like. For real? That's before, that's before George Floyd, so they still wouldn't mention him.
You mean it was like when WWE had Randy Orton be the youngest champion ever?
Right.
When they weren't mentioning Brock Lesnar the year before?
Right. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden
Randy Orton is the youngest champion ever.
Yeah. All of a sudden.
Oh, really? Because he's 24 and Brock was 25 when he won it?
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no, like, it's so crazy because legitimately with Cap, because of that shit prior, they would not talk about him. Like, I remember watching football playoffs last year, they still wouldn't talk about the man. Like, they were like, yeah, he's the only person in the regular season to ever do this. I'm like, I wonder who that guy is they're not mentioning for the 400.
Sports do those stats all the time. This is the first person ever on a Tuesday in October to hit this jumper. They do these stats all the time.
But it was a reason because they were gassing the stat because it was crazy. Lamar did something crazy. He went like 400 or something.
I've actually thought that about the statisticians for years now. I'm like, how do these statisticians figure out this is the first guy on the third Wednesday of September to ever hit 26 points from that position on that court in this stadium?
Yeah, I hate those stats.
Those stats.
Those are next level stats that we don't need. Those are too far. Right. But that one was legit.
With his hairline 2 millimeters.
Don't do that. Don't talk about hairlines. But here's the thing. I have one this week, by the way, because I didn't cut my hair again yet.
Oh yeah.
I got hair back. It's there. But I think to answer your question directly, they got him too high because he was a 79 or 76 last time he was on Madden. I think you have to put him back. If you want to be generous, you keep him at 79 at max. And that's being generous. That is
off
of his last
generous.
Position on Madden.
That is definitely being
now,
generous.
Mind you, you have him with potential. I'd say you put him at a 79, you give him potential. And if you want to build him up, if you feel like that guy, you want to take time and build him up, okay, cool. Now you can have
you can have the player build him up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you want to do that and have them like, okay, I'm playing with Cap, I'm throwing 4 touchdowns a game. Okay, he should be at 83.
I'm not throwing into heavy coverage. I'm
playing right. I'm doing it the right way. Yes, I get that. Stats go up incrementally. That makes sense to me. But to throw him in at 82, 83, just because all of a sudden now everybody's so woke and they're paying attention to what he was talking about, and that's stupid. Like,
right, that had nothing to do with his number on the field.
Nothing to do with his numbers on the field. So I'm with you on that one. Typically, I will never listen to Brent's Kaepernick hate, but on this particular situation, you are correct. I agree 1,000% because when I saw it, I was like 83. I was like, what? I mean, I liked it.
My Kaepernick hate is based primarily on me being a 49ers fan
for sure.
And seeing him play.
You hated him off rip.
Not
off rip, but you hated him.
I didn't necessarily hate him.
Yeah.
I didn't see the hype because they gave Kaepernick hype almost immediately when he went on the field.
I told you I couldn't stand him.
There was like
they acted like Alex Smith didn't have y'all 7-0.
Right, like he took over for Alex Smith one week, and then the very next week he had a Mighty Wings commercial with fucking McDonald's. I was like, who the fuck is this kid? I was doing Conor McGregor. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I tried to do that last 2 weeks ago when we did the podcast.
Yeah.
And I did a terrible accent. I don't know what was happening. I tried to on my Conor McGregor shit. Who the fuck is this guy? And I was like, what was that? I was like, why is that so bad?
Yeah.
But that's the accent right there. That's what I was going for.
Right. I was like,
but I felt like that.
I was like, we have Alex Smith. Who the fuck is this Kaepernick guy?
You remember when he showed up to the ESPYs with the glasses on inside? That's when I was done. I was like, this nigga, he think he's sweet. I said, he ain't did shit yet. He think he's sweet. He lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I said, that's all you did. You lost in the Super Bowl, bro. Mm-hmm. I said, you did this. You doing all that shit. I said, okay. I said, this guy thinks he's shit.
He was on that superstar shit before he
thought he was
deserved the Super.
Bro.
But he wasn't the only one. That was around the same time that RG3 came out and was on that superstar shit before he needed to be. Now RG3 was the truth until he went down.
Until he got hurt.
But that superstar shit is what made his career, is what fucked his career up. Because that superstar shit is what made him keep playing after he should have just set his ass fucking down and rested. And we would probably still be talking about RG3 as arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game right now, RG3. Except he just kept getting clipped and chipped and chipped and fuck away.
RG3 is fucking Vince Young to me. Whenever I see him, I'm just like, damn, they were both so nice. Like, Vince Young has still played my favorite football game I've ever watched.
I saw
to this day.
I watched RG3's opener was on TV, and I watched that shit.
They played the Eagles,
and I distinctly remember watching that game and be like, God, this kid.
I remember him cooking us.
I was like, this kid is the fucking truth.
I think we lost that game. I think they scored 28, and I think we lost by like 2 or something.
He was fucking amazing.
I think we lost by like a field goal.
But somebody in his camp wasn't smart enough to tell him, sit down.
That's because the whole thing is, man, you get a flashy black quarterback, it's exactly what people are looking for. They're always looking for that next Vic. That's why Lamar Jackson is as popular as he is right now. It's like, bro,
let's keep him healthy. If he's going down with a fucking injury,
you gotta stop tapping about the mic.
Yeah, sorry. If he's going down with a fucking injury, then stay the fuck down at least for a week or two.
They don't care.
Now, mind you, maybe there was somebody in his camp that was like, you don't want to be the next Alex Smith and lose your gig because you're out for 2 weeks.
When you're that guy, though, you're good. When you're that guy, right? The problem is people don't think like they did with Pat Mahomes last year. Pat Mahomes was hurt. People forget. He got hurt on a fucking quarterback sneak. His knee was already fucked up, and he got more fucked up. And they set him the fuck down. And guess what? They won the fucking Super Bowl.
I know. I know.
Do you? I'm sorry, Brent.
I'm aware.
Sorry about that, buddy. I know. I was there when you did that. I watched that with you, I think. Or I watched one of them with you.
It wasn't that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl I was with my homeboy.
You hear that racist ass song playing in the background?
What song?
It's the Ice Cream Man.
Anyway.
Can you hear it?
No. I can hear something. I don't know what song it is.
Ice Cream Man. I can hear it through this. That's crazy. I have super hearing with this song.
I was with my homeboy Darnell. We watched it over at his crib.
Yeah, that's right. You asked me do I want to come over, and I was like, nah, I think I might be doing something else. And I didn't do anything, I don't think. I was pissed.
Yeah.
But we watched one of those playoff games, and I just remember, like, actually, they carved y'all up. Them boys, y'all started off good, though.
Started fine, and then
and
I remember watching it and being like, because it was at, my homeboy Darnell and his cousin's house.
Garoppolo.
And I remember watching it, and they were like, "Oh man, we got it." I was like, hold the fuck up.
I remember hitting you.
I was like, because this can go bad in a heartbeat, and sure as shit, it went bad in a heartbeat.
I remember asking you like, "Yo, is Garoppolo like Favre? He just throw whatever?" And you were like, I think you were like, "Yeah." He just throw whatever. He'll risk anything at any moment. He's crazy. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I'm like, this motherfucker is he's throwing crazy passes.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't necessary. Oh, wait, that wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Oh, look, that wasn't necessary. And it was pick. And I was like, God.
That's one of the reasons why I'm not necessarily on the porn star Jimmy train. Because because his faults remind me too much of Kaepernick's faults.
I see Favre.
In that, Favre...
I see Favre every time I see him.
I think Favre got over more because Favre always had a better team around him.
I think Jimmy has a better arm than Cap had, though.
Although Jimmy has a great team around him too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I see
Matter of fact, that team, just like Kaepernick, that team is really what took them to that Super Bowl more than it was the quarterback.
Yeah,
that defense was one of the best in the league.
He was the sexy part of it. That was the thing. When he came in,
he was the marketable
part of it.
Because the quarterback is always the sexy part of it.
And he was flashy. He had the personality. He had the vibe. He didn't really had a personality. He was pretty dry, actually.
Yeah.
But he had the look of what they want. You know what I'm saying? He was tall. He was like, oh, man, this guy. But that's the thing, man. It's crazy. With, like, black quarterbacks, anybody that, like, is a runner, they disappear so fast. Like, they treat them damn near worse than running backs. Like, they get injured, it's over. Like, it's over. You don't come back. You don't come back if you're a sprinting running quarterback.
Because they talk about black quarterbacks that can run historically. They talk about them like, oh, he's too stupid to stay in the pocket and play like a smart white quarterback can. Right? Historically, that's how they've always talked about them. It hasn't always been true. Sometimes it has.
Right.
But it hasn't always been true. But like if an Eli Manning or whatever started doing, started running Wildcat, he'd be the best fucking thing on two legs.
Look at Baker Mayfield.
And by the way, that point of view isn't mine.
No.
That's a point of view that has been repeated at least for the last 10, 15 years. The late great Patrice O'Neal said the exact same thing.
And he was 100% right. Because you think about
10, 15 years ago.
You know what the prime example of that is? Johnny Manziel in college.
Oh, Johnny Football.
Johnny Football went nuts in college. He was the craze of the world. The world, Craig. He was everywhere. Like, that shit was everywhere. He got in the NFL. They was busting his ass. And guess what? He did disappear. He disappeared just as quick. I will give him that. Maybe it's not a lot of running white quarterbacks, but he didn't show up. He was too small. He was just too small.
He was pretty small.
That dude was like, what, 5'9"?
He
5'10"?
For football, he was
tiny.
For a running quarterback like that. Like, you can get away with that if you're Big Ben.
And
even Big Ben gets injuries.
He was fast for college. He wasn't fast for the league. Like, Vic was fast in general. Lamar is fast in general. He was fast for college. Like, it's the bullshit he was doing, running from one side of the field, running to the other side of the field, lofting a pass really, really far over there just because you're in college and they chasing you and they're out of breath and they can't catch up. Nah, he tried that big shit with them linebackers and them fucking defensive ends in the NFL, and they was like, come here, where you going? His ass was getting
Because you got to remember, in the league, you got a whole lot more motherfuckers that are on the shit.
Right.
And have been for years.
Right.
And never gotten caught.
Big as shit.
And so they're going to catch you.
Yeah, they're fast, they're big, they're athletic, and some of them that aren't. They're just big. They're fast, they're big. Some of them are just freak athletes. You know what I mean? There's a reason they're on that level. Like that level's different.
Like, it's reminiscent of when I was in high school. We found out, I went to Carson High School. We found out that the Samoan population at Carson High School was something like in the teens. It was like something like 15% or something like that.
I've never gone to school with that many Samoans.
We thought it was more. We thought the Samoans were like at least 25% of the school.
Really?
Turns out it was just their presence. It was just how big they were and the presence that they put out that made it feel like they were everywhere.
They're big.
Turns out there were only like, I don't know, 15% of the, if that, of the high school population at Carson at the time.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, oh, people would ask us like, oh, sometimes our parents were like, what's the makeup there? It's like, oh, it's probably like 25% Samoan, like 25% black, and the rest everything else. No. Fucking Samoans were only like 10-15%, but they were so big and their presence was felt so much. Same thing when you're talking about those big motherfuckers in the NFL.
Oh, true.
Turns out they're just right there.
Yeah.
They're always just right there. You'll never see
them in real life. Like, they don't really exist.
You think you're in the middle of the field, nobody's here. Bam. Oh, where'd you come from?
Now I'm gonna kill you.
Where did you come?
I'm gonna kill you right now.
It's just boom. Where did?
Yeah, it's already there. It's already there. Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. Like, you think about athletic people like that, and it's like, what in the fuck are you on? Like, when you think about Shaq, who has been Shaq? Nobody. There was no Shaq. Nobody was Shaq. Wilt Chamberlain was Shaq for his era. He was a killer.
Since there hasn't really been another Shaq.
LeBron is Shaq for his position.
Yeah.
But the way Shaq did shit, I'm talking Brent. I'm talking about just running down. Boom. Get out of my way. I'm dunking on you.
Because he was twice. And by the way, he was all. But I was gonna say twice his size, but he was in the era. He was in the bigger era of NBA.
He killed the bigger.
He was in the bigger era.
He ended.
He was surrounded. He was surrounded by Charles fucking Barkley and Akeem Olajuwon.
Shaq came in.
He wasn't surrounded by Steph Curry's.
No.
He was surrounded by other 6 foot.
You can't even throw. You can't even
10
throw
motherfuckers.
You can't even throw Charles in there. You gotta throw in like David Robinson. Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Ewing was a fucking shit brick house.
Yeah. They were fucking disgusting. Dikembe Mutombo was a defensive problem. He played against Yao. He played against Tim Duncan. He played against, like, these motherfuckers were big too. but he was so big.
Yao was big, but he wasn't the muscle that other big guys before him were. He was big.
Did you ever watch them play?
Yeah.
Yao used to fuck Shaq up all the time. Like, legit. Shaq had problems with Yao.
That was what, mid-career Shaq?
No, it was still Lakers Shaq.
Mid to late career Shaq?
It was still, I would say he was mid-career Shaq when he got to the Heat. He was still, when he was in LA,
Shaq
he was
did
still
last for a long fucking time.
In LA, he was a problem.
Because he ended up in like fucking 6 fucking teams or whatever by the time he finished, didn't he?
Yeah, mid-career Shaq was about 06 with us. But he came in 92, and then he retired in 2010, I think, was his last year. Or 2009, one of them years, because he was with LeBron his last year in Cleveland. So, yeah, it was 2010, and then he joined the Celtics, and he hurt himself that year. So that was his last year, 2010, when we started the Big Three Heat era. Mm-hmm. That was the team Shaq was on. Okay. But yeah, he was still a problem. Like when Yao was playing. I mean, Yao ate his lunch. Like, I remember that first matchup. He came down, Shaq went to go up, Yao blocked the shot. Shaq was like, okay. I think Yao came down and hooked him on the other end. Boom, basket. Goes down the other end, Shaq goes up, blocks his shot. His first 2 shots. Because I watched the interview with the two of them. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, he's blocking hook shots. This ain't normal. Because people forget how thick Yao was in the leg region. His legs were so solid. So Shaq was bigger up top, and when he would turn into him, but you can't knock a nigga off his base if his legs are like fucking tree trunks. So he trying to knock him off, and Yao like, what up? Like, he want to athletic like Shaq. That's the thing. Shaq was big and like springy. That was the problem. That's what made him so fucking uniquely Shaq. Because he was just so fucking, you know what I'm saying? So
they had to redesign backboards for this motherfucker.
I was listening to what the
they had to listen, children. They had to redesign the backboard because Shaq he was a habitual line stepper.
Yeah.
This motherfucker habitually broke backboards and stopped games because there was glass on the fucking parquet.
Yeah.
Because Shaq, with such power, would just crush them in his fucking hands, and the game would have to. Sometimes I think Shaq just did that shit so he can get a 5-minute break.
I think so too.
He just.
You know who else was like
that's
that?
where the NBA Jam fucking graphic kind of came from. Was Shaq just fucking breaking shit?
Daryl Dawkins too, though. He was another one of them motherfuckers. Chocolate Thunder is what they called him. That motherfucker. I was watching a video of him because you see shit when you're a kid sometimes and it kind of warps. I saw some videos of this nigga the other day. I said, God damn, I forgot. No, this nigga was dunking. Like, he was not playing. The way he dunked the ball, it was like it owed him money, for real. Like, he dunked that shit so hard. I'm like, God damn. Like, niggas don't play like that no more. Like, Zion is probably the closest to Daryl Dawkins, that level of, like, aggression when he gets open. College Zion, because right now he out of shape. But that shit, man, I was watching that shit. I was like, God damn. It's just like Shaq, because he broke backboards, too. Like, same dude. Boom! He breaking them on one-handers, though. I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong with this nigga? Like, the whole shit just popping off. You just see one circle. He popped the whole rim off, and it just be a circle where the glass came out. The whole glass ain't even come down. Like, I seen Shaq pull a hoop down and back up, and it shit just fall. Barkley.
Because glass was falling in his eyes. Because he broke.
You broke the audio.
I'm sorry, I broke the shit.
That shit popped in my ears. I was like, there we go. We're back.
Okay.
It was Brent that time. Thank God.
Sorry. Yeah, that was me. But yeah,
my ears know too.
But yeah, glass was shattering into fucking Shaquille O'Neal's eyes. Now they had to redesign backboards for this motherfucker.
They did, and it worked. I haven't seen one break since. Did I tell you who could have done it? Dwight Howard could have done it a couple times. That motherfucker used to dunk real hard too in Orlando at the beginning.
Oh, and back when we had the original backboards.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would have definitely took some of them shits down because Dwight Howard is a monster. Like, he's a big boy. He's one of the few people LeBron James stands next to, and you like, oh, that motherfucker big. Oh, I see. Oh, you big. I didn't know. You looking like, God damn, that motherfucker's big. But it's weird, though, because I still look at LeBron, I'll be like, nope, that nigga's still bigger than most people. Like, he's a giant motherfucker.
He's a giant motherfucker.
For instance, in the finals right now, my Heat are playing against the Lakers, right?
I hate to say it, but go Heat.
Right. We won the last game, by the way.
Only because I hate the Lakers so much.
It's 2-1. I don't hate the Lakers. I actually love both teams, so it's really tough for me. But my Heat are my team, so go Heat. Let's go Heat. So, fucking LeBron is their point guard. LeBron is 6'9", 260.
Didn't he start as a power forward?
He started as a point guard the first year. But then they moved him steadily to small forward. where
Forward,
he played for years. And then in Miami, he played power forward.
Okay.
Chris Bosh was a center. Then he went back to small forward. Then he came to LA, played small forward.
How many people float around positions like that?
Only LeBron, because he's a fucking weirdo.
Like,
he's a fucking freak.
Who floats around positions like that?
That tells you how nasty he is. He can do everything. Literally, if he wanted to play center, he could play center. Right now in the NBA, the way they are, the size, he could definitely get away with playing center some minutes. But my point being, Brent, our starting center is Bam Adebayo. Okay? Again, LeBron is 6'9", 260. Easy 260. Bam Adebayo is 6'9", 250. That's our starting center. LeBron's a point guard right now.
Yeah.
Versus our starting center. I watched our center walk next to LeBron, and I was like, look how small he is. Then they still got Dwight, Anthony Davis, and every other big motherfucker on that team. I'm like, this ain't fair. Like, look how big their point guard is. This is some bullshit, is what it is. On 2K, LeBron is supposed to be the slowest person in the world. You can't even make a 6'9" point guard. I was playing against Ben Simmons. You saw me. Mm-hmm. He's 6'10". He's a point guard. What the fuck is going on? Like, why are these people able to handle the ball and be as quick as they are at this height? I just don't understand it. It's freaky shit. It shouldn't be allowed, but they're just humongous, athletic motherfuckers. It's like you said in the NFL.
Because they've been doing it their entire life.
But they're not supposed to be able to. You're way too tall to be able to do what you do. Stop. Stop it right now. But they're really good at shit, and they're great at it, and it's great to watch. I swear I love watching it. It's fantastic.
So what else have you gotten worse at?
Other than that?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that I can think of that I've gotten worse at? Shit, what have you gotten worse at?
Those
you said Madden.
Those are the two main things. Is communicating.
Oh, communicating to Madden.
Well, also getting shit done. Actually, there was a point where there are definite points where it's like, okay, I'm getting shit done. Where right. You know, if you followed us on YouTube, you would see a whole bunch of clips of the episodes.
Right.
Or, you know, you would see me editing shit or doing shit or finding out information about shit. But then there are definitely days where time has moved in a way that I didn't know it was moving. It has moved
in a weird way. I understand exactly.
It has moved. It has moved faster. Yeah. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. It has moved faster than it had any. And like, I look up and it's like, okay, whatever. And I look up and it's like, how the fuck did it get to be
today is
2 in the afternoon? Or how the fuck did it get to be 8 o'clock at night already?
Today is one of those days for me. Honestly, got true, because like I literally laid in bed today. I woke up at 10:40 something. I said, holy shit. When was the last time I woke up at 10:40? I said, I'm still in bed. The sun was all in my eyes. I was like, damn, this is different. Then I was like, I proceeded to stay there, and I started texting for like another hour. I'm just on my phone messing around, playing shit, and then I was like, I think I'll take a shower. I got up, I took a shower, and I went right back in the room. All right, I'm drying off, You texted me like, pod, now? All right, well, I guess I'll take a shower. So you take a shower, and you come over. I'm like, great, that means I got time. So I'm sitting here, and I was like, I'm gonna play some 2K. But I look at the clock now; it's 5 something. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, how did it get to be?
How did we get here
now?
Right now, this time is crazy because I'm like, whoa, that was it, 12.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I've watched a couple of these movies. I want to put these reviews together. I want to do this, that, the other. I want to put this retrospective together. I want to try to do something for the channel and do this, that, or the other. And then I do that, or I start to do it, or I put something together, and then go over here and do something else, and then it's 10 o'clock and I'm playing Injustice, or I'm fucking watching SVU reruns or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this shit, like, that has gotten worse because I'm not on anybody's schedule.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I think that's worse when you're by yourself. When you live alone, it's a lot easier to get lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
because like everything you do is interesting to you. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh man, I really want to clean this fan off right now. I think I will. And you sit there and you do that shit. You just clean it.
I cleaned I cleaned the vents of my air conditioning for like 20 minutes before I was walking out the door.
See what I'm saying?
And clean the vents of my air in my swamp cooler.
Like sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna turn on this little music box. And I'm gonna dance in a circle. And I'll just dance in a fucking circle for no reason. I'll just turn on some shit and I'll be like, and I'll look up and be like 20 minutes later, what the fuck am I doing?
I was watching some shit last night and beatboxing on the fucking threshold of the fucking kitchen for no goddamn reason while I was waiting for something to heat up.
When you're alone.
Mind you, I was also high.
When you're alone though. In general, it doesn't high or not. When you're alone, shit starts to happen like that. You're like, I'm gonna make the most of this moment. I don't know what's happening right now, but guess who's enjoying it? I am. It's so weird. Like, I can't tell you how many times I just stopped. Like, it's been weeks since I played darts now, right? Something about it being over there and not right here, and my couch facing this way with this giant TV is a lot different than it being here. Before, when I had that set up, it was like, this feels right. But for some reason, while I was over there, I feel no urge to throw darts.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I don't know what happened. But the point is, random shit occurs. I haven't barbecued in like weeks. Matter of fact, it might have been a month now since I used it. Because I get sick of cleaning this shit. Like, I think I figured it out though yesterday. I think I got a brush I'm gonna use to get it. One of them old actual brushes they use.
Don't, because that's a
they
Foreman.
It strips it. Right.
It does.
But I think I did that already.
It does.
I think I did it already because it's tough to get the shit off.
Trust me, I had a Foreman and I used to go at it with the sponges with the back on it.
Yeah,
I don't do that anymore. I just go at it with a napkin now.
Well, I noticed already that it's different, right? But that just tells me you have to clean it immediately when you're like cooking, because if you don't,
either immediately when you're cooking or immediately as it's heating up, because it makes it easier to come off. The heat makes it easier to come off.
That's a good point. Didn't think about that, but that's a good point. But yeah, no, that kind of shit, that's the kind of shit you do when you're by yourself. Like, see those headphones by the TV behind the ring light? You probably can't see them right now, but I got those Bluetooth headphones, found them in my closet the other day. I was like, oh, look at this. I forgot I had these. I think I'll charge them. Plugged them in, set them there. Gonna use them at some point. Don't know why. Don't need them. Got these headphones, got other shit. But guess what? Gonna use them. That's the shit you do when you're alone.
Yeah.
And like you said, since quarantine, that's one of those things too for me. That's why I'm elaborating on it. I have had to tell myself I am going to do this right now. Because if I don't do it right now, it's a good chance I'm going to get distracted by something else I like, and I'm going to do that instead. Because it's my thoughts, my house, my place. Everything that I want to do, I get done when I want to. So it's a weird like balance of having to kind of keep yourself in control. Because I swear to you, I finished a song this week that I've been working on forever. I'm damn near done with another one already. Like, I have a couple records that I've finished.
I haven't written anything.
I just started.
I specifically went to Amazon and bought an A drive for diskettes, because I found a whole bunch of old diskettes with some of my old writings on them. And I specifically, that shit is still in the box. I haven't even opened it to look on the diskettes to start writing anything, because part of this may be like I have so many things to do, and that feeling of where do I start, and I don't want to start it, and all this other like that whole getting started process.
Right.
But and I honestly, that's probably a big part of it. But like, even with stuff like with the accountability Surreal 200 on Instagram, so like I've been doing that when I wasn't hurt, because I did some fucking deadlifts. Fuck you, Trapzilla. When I wasn't doing. Matter of fact, that'll be this episode's fuck you segment.
There you go.
This episode's fuck you segment goes out to Trapzilla, who taught me some different deadlifts in that ring thing that you pick up, and your back has to stay 100% straight. I don't know that my back has stayed 100% straight since I took my last bump on a wrestling ring, but it had to be 100% straight, and you did it in whatever the fuck. I think I gave myself a hernia, so fuck you, Trapzilla.
Yes. Fuck you, Trapzilla.
What's yours?
What's up, Kyle? Like
if you have a fuck you can add it
no,
later.
I got one. I always got a fuck you. No, I got it.
Go
Don't
ahead.
worry about it. Here we go. All right. So mine's gonna go out to all those promoters. All those promoters out there.
Wrestling promoters?
No. This isn't about wrestling promoters. This is about music. All those music promoters out there who hustle the little guys that are making music and trying to come up and become something great.
It sounds a lot like wrestling promoters.
Yeah, probably. They could support said person. They could help said person, and probably take a percentage on the back end when this person elevates themselves to greatness. But to all you promoters out there who don't help out the little guy who's hustling and using all of their money to try to become great,
like wrestling promoters.
To all of you motherfuckers, fuck you, okay?
Sounds an awful lot like wrestling promoters.
Fuck you. You got it? That's my fuck you for this week, Brent.
That one specifically go out to Fat Joe?
No, not Fat Joe.
Oh, okay.
I don't hate Fat Joe.
Okay.
I knew what he was doing. I thought that was fucked up, but I knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's in it. Fuck you too. Yeah, I like Fat Joe though.
What the fuck were we talking about?
That's not how you ask that question, Brent. It's how do we even get here?
How do we even get here?
Jesus Christ.
Yes, how do we even get here?
I take my fuck you back. It's
But yeah,
Brent
even doing that. So like when I was doing that, and when I will do it again, it's as soon as I get up, right, I do the exercises, whatever I'm going to do for the day. But that takes a long time too, because I do the exercise, I film it, and then I put it on a video to put up on the Instagram for the accountability.
Takes way too
but
long.
that takes time.
That takes way too long.
Right? All that shit takes time. But also, I haven't been, maybe this is the key, I haven't been getting up at a set time.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
I've been getting up whenever I get up.
Right.
And a lot of times that's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever.
I've done that one time in the last, 6 months.
Got up at a specific
where I wanted to,
time?
Where I just woke up. That was today. First time in about 6 months I've been able to do that. Every other time it's been because I had to move a car. It's been because I had to go to work. It's been because I had to, sunlight was in my face when I was sleeping in my car. It's been because of something. It wasn't me. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh, there
you going through something? You all right over there?
I got the hiccups.
No.
But moving a car is the reason why I get up.
Yeah.
If I have to. In fact, I'll probably have to move it tomorrow because it's Tuesday as we're doing this, and tomorrow, the parking situation. Matter of fact, the parking situation is already fucked up. I already know what time it is. It's already fucked up because people are fucking stupid.
I forgot about parking.
You have a driveway.
That's another thing. I forgot. Whenever I go downtown and I go to get parking down there now, I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta find a spot. I'm like, what the hell? Like, man, motherfuckers don't move. Like, ain't none of these spots for me. I be confused like a motherfucker. I done got so bougie with this shit.
So what have you gotten? So now that we're at this part of this particular podcast, let's end it with good vibes.
Okay, good vibes.
What have you gotten better at?
Good vibes section.
What have you gotten better at?
One thing I've gotten better is 2K21. I'm really good at that shit now. I've gotten way better. I've also gotten better. And that's
actually part of why I brought this up, was because I saw,
And I got nice with it. Like, he saw me getting loose on him. I was busting Ben Simmons' ass. You don't want that smoke, man. But, I've gotten better at that, for one thing. Because I normally don't play a lot of games. Like, to your procrastination thing, I bought Avengers, the new one, Marvel Avengers game, and I bought 2K at the same time. Well, you can guess what I played.
Yeah.
I've been playing 2K.
Yeah.
So I broke out Avengers the other day. I was like, damn, this shit kind of aight. Because I thought the beta was the same as the game. At least the storyline part, but it was completely different. Like, I started playing, I'm like, okay, I see. Now I'm into it. And at Call of Duty, I got better at Call of Duty again. I was pretty bad at Call of Duty. I didn't realize how bad I had gotten.
Okay at Call of Duty.
I used to
be. The game. Online, I got my ass.
But that's the thing.
Destroyed.
I used to be really good at the game. Then I got good at playing against other people, because I used to play with my cousins. We would go, 4 of us in the shit, and we would just go at each other. Bow, 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 bow. Add in computer people, tear it up. But I lost all that shit, and these kids were carving me up. So recently I've been playing, and I'll put the computer on like crazy high, and then I'll just go into a little map, put a bunch of them in that bitch, and I'll be getting tore up, but I'll be lighting their asses up too. I'll be top 2 or 3 or top 1 depending on how high I got the level. I'm like, okay, I'm getting there. So now my reaction times are right, whatever. So I go online and I'll get kills. I'm like, okay, bow, 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 bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting to a point where I'm like, all right, this is kind of flowing again. So it's like something that I thought I lost, because, you're in your 30s. You're like, maybe I just lost it. Maybe I just don't got it no more when it comes to
It's
games.
how we're feeling with Madden.
Right. But then it's like, no, actually, I think I got this.
So is it just Madden? Should we change our fuck you segment to Madden and how they designed this game in recently?
I haven't tried this with Madden, so let me be very specific. I have not tried it on the lowest level, and then after I beat them by 21, going to the next level. And then after I beat them by 21, going to the next level.
I'm good at. I'm fine with rookie. I can win
fine.
rookie.
How much are you winning by?
I think my biggest blowout was maybe 3 possessions.
This is my thing with 2K. When I start beating teams by 20, I know I'm done with that level, because that means I could probably beat the next level by 10. So I'll bust their ass until I get games.
But I wasn't trying to rack up points. I was like, oh, we got a possession lead. Let's eat up this clock.
Well, that's when you know you're not there yet. That's what I mean. Because you should be able to play the video game like it's fun, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, to me, just winning is fun. I'm
with you,
like,
but you're not hearing me.
The fundamental is, oh, we got this lead. Let's not blow this lead. That's the fundamental.
See, but you having to be too logical with the level. That's when you're still thinking. You're not there yet. Like, you saw me playing that. I wasn't thinking. I was just running by these motherfuckers. Only thing I was thinking, I got to get this badge. I might stop and pull a jumper that I don't need to pull right now.
Yeah.
Like, you were like, why didn't you pass that? Because I need shooting badges. So I'm shooting this even though I should have passed. I need playmaking badges too, so I could do both. But the point is, it's very specific.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing. Everything else is like, if I was just playing, I would bust all these teams' ass right now. I'm so nice with it. But, yeah. So that's something I've gotten better at. I've also learned how to rap again, so that's cool. Like, the bars I'm delivering, nobody's heard yet. It's solid. Like, now it's like, Polones.
Did
I have anything after Polones earlier?
I
go with Fan. No, I went with Fan.
Brent's
a man. I'm tan.
Hey.
I got a band.
Hey.
That's so loud. That shit's so loud.
But that's all you need. All you need is somebody rapping and somebody going
I've
at
done
the
records
end
like
of that shit.
I've done records like
and
that.
they're fucking #1 hits.
This is you. Hey, 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 hey.
You should do a hard ass dick rap.
What? Excuse me. Pause.
You should do a hard ass dick rap.
Pause twice.
Well, you should have done a hard ass dick rap.
Stop saying that.
A couple weeks ago when you should have
wet ass. What? What are you saying?
Wet and Gushy came out. When Wet and Gushy came out.
Wet and Gushy. That is so terrible.
You should have had.
Can I sue them?
You should have had an HAD rap as soon as WAP came out.
Okay, I see now. Now I finally understand where you're trying to go with this because I know what the hell you were saying.
Should have had
it's
HAD.
freaking me out. Here's the thing. They stole my hook. Should I be able to sue them for intellectual property? Because their remix for the radio,
if you actually have rights on it.
Their remix for the radio is wet, 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 wet. I have a song called Wet, Wet. They do Wet, Wet. They literally stole my hook. I don't know if that's allowed. Okay? I think they owe me money.
If you have rights to your hook, go for it.
I mean, I put it out first. I definitely got the copyright for that. I didn't actually copyright it, though.
Well, that's where your case loses all steam.
Well, fuck, Brent.
If you had actually copywritten it, if you actually copywritten it, you actually might have been able to walk away with a little under the table. Nobody knows anything.
I'll take a nice little 5K.
Couple G's.
I'll take a little 5K.
Yeah, you could have walked away with a couple G's.
Little wet 5K.
You could have walked away with your down payment for your new car.
I'd have been here like wet. Yeah, then I could have put the other payment with the car that I'm paying off, and then I could have sold it, had 10 G's, and then I could have bought a boat.
See?
I kind of want a boat, by the way.
Why?
Because them shits be looking fresh. I was in that kayak this year.
Yeah, but the upkeep is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's a boat.
The upkeep cost. Most people sell their boats because a lot of people sell their boats because the first time they have to upkeep it, they're like, oh, this isn't fun anymore.
Boat, though.
They fucking sell it immediately.
But Brent, it's a boat.
Yeah, that's a great meme.
When I was kayaking, I was like, damn, you know what? I kept seeing these girls.
Have you gotten
dancing.
good at kayaking?
No, I fucking suck at kayaking. Listen, I was born not to kayak. Like, I have a bad leg. The shit's on the left side. I'm unbalanced, so I'm heavier on one side than the other. I dip low on the other side. Last time I kayaked, I flipped out of a fucking kayak. Erica saved my life, okay?
You know people kayak down there...
Horny Corner.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
On, like, 2nd Street here in Long Beach?
Yeah.
That's what they call it? Horny Corner?
Horny Corner, yeah. You don't know that? You're from here.
I've never heard that before.
Where they're always partying in the houses, and there's a little street with the houses right here, and then the beach is right there.
Yeah. So the beach is actually like closer to like ocean, but like they have a whole little canal part that goes around. Shit. Yeah.
That's Horny Corner. Huh. That's where I kayaked twice, only 2 times.
Huh?
Yeah, I fell out, almost drowned in 2013.
No shit.
I was with Faith and Erica and Josh, and fucking my boat flipped. Faith and Josh took off because they were professional kayakers. Mm-hmm. Me and Erica were black, so we weren't. So we were in the back. And then I got into a groove, and I realized, like, oh, I see how to do this shit. And I was lighter, so my body was more like, I wasn't so... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm digging in. I'm like, go. Whoa! And the shit flipped. And I was like, boom! I was like, what the hell? Why am I in the water? Oh my God. Had a life jacket on, but I was freaking out. I don't know why. And I could swim. It was weird. But my head was like, I'm not supposed to be in the water.
See, that suddenly in the water shit.
It throws you off. You don't know what
Yeah, no shit. That's what keeps me out of a kayak.
And I had a flight that was in like a couple minutes. It was like an hour maybe. I was going to Seattle. They wanted to go kayaking.
In 2013, why the fuck did you make the flight?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. We had to go to Long Beach Airport.
Okay.
So it was quick. Just walked right through.
Still, though, you have to get out of the kayak, dry off, and get the fuck to Long Beach.
Well, you're not supposed to have to dry off. That's
from there, Long Beach Airport is probably 15 minutes away.
And we had to go to the house real quick. I probably had like 2 hours. It was probably 2 hours when we were doing it. Then we got out after about an hour, I guess.
Because the timing of an hour and you're in the water doesn't make fucking sense.
But it was close, though.
Even Long Beach Airport.
Right, but it was close. It was in that pocket.
Okay.
But long story short, Erica saved my life. And she flips the kayak. She helps me flip it because I couldn't push it because I was in the water. You can't base it. So your arms, basically, arms are just like you're
Rikishi in 2000.
Yeah, you're like fuck. I can't get this shit.
About to hit the stink face.
So
Rikishi in 2000.
She held it there, and I grabbed on her boat, and I was like flip. And then I was like, okay. That was the first day I met her, mind you. That was hilarious. She was like, ha! She's cracking up, just enjoying. I was like, fuck you, Erica. Fuck you, Erica. But
she was like, this is why I date white guys.
Right, basically. They know how to kayak. Goddamn it. You out here falafeling. See, I'm using Brent words. So. Then Don't say falafel into me. So then,
I've never said falafel.
so
never in my life.
Then I was with Pittsburgh, right? We did it this weekend, and she took off on me. Like these fucking small white people that just know how to kayak. I just don't get it. Like she literally came back and did a loop around me, which was disrespectful as fuck, by the way. I was pissed. I was like, yo, don't you ever do a loop around me. You leave me.
You ever played Mario Kart and have a motherfucker lap you? You know how pissed off you are at that?
Brent, it happened in real
dog,
life.
This is fucking Mario Kart.
She Mario Karted me in real life. You know how
you
pissed off I
shouldn't
was
be able
at
to
that?
do this to me on fucking Mario Kart.
I'm stronger than her. I got arms. I couldn't move that fucking kayak.
But to be fair, Mario Kart, the only time that should happen to you in Mario Kart is when everybody is out to bust your ass.
That's fair.
Like when you start and then all of a sudden, boom, banana peel, shell. It's like, what the, get off of me!
True. And we don't talk that over here. We talk Crash in my crib.
Crash Bandicoot.
That's right.
I've never played Team Crash.
I got it. You know we can play right before you leave. I'll let you know that. I tell you who'll tear your ass up in that game.
I've never played it, so
Team Crash out here,
motherfucker. You'll probably be.
And my other controller's broken.
I've
so I'm
literally
cheating already. Your ass getting bust, I guarantee it.
Yeah, probably.
That shit is terrible.
I'm agreeing with you.
My buttons don't work. You don't know how to play. This is a good setup.
I'm fucking agreeing with you.
So
this seems like the worst setup in the world.
I'll let y'all know who won.
By the way, I should buy I've thought about this. I should buy myself another fucking controller so I don't have to sit there attached to the goddamn cord.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mine works enough for me to be able to do most things. Mm-hmm. It's just the R2 button on it. Fucking, like, when I was in Virginia this last time, right as I was about to leave the last day, for some reason the shit hit the ground. Boom. It was a carpet. Wasn't even that far. Couch lower than this. Hit the fucking ground. And for whatever reason, the whole controller just broke.
Do you find that PS4 controllers just jump out of your fucking hand?
Yeah, because they're slick.
They are desperate to commit suicide at all fucking times.
They're fucking slick controllers.
They're slick. They don't.
This one isn't that slick. It's got a little more grip to it.
A little bit more grip, but they don't just sit on shit. They just jump the fuck off.
Yeah, the fact that I even had that sitting over there is dangerous. It makes me nervous. I'm sitting here now so I can see it. But the other one pops out, hits the ground, boom, button gets jammed in. For whatever reason. And I was like, what the hell? So I took the little screws out on the back, popped the motherfucker open, popped them back up, put the screws back in. It was perfect. I came back to California. Shit was out again. I said, how did that get out? And I don't have a tool anymore. Fuck. So then I had to wait till I went back to Virginia, had to take the screws out again.
Or you could have just gone to any hardware store and got yourself a tiny screwdriver set.
I had to go back to Virginia.
Which is useful in any helm.
No, it was way cheaper.
Because there are any number of things you can have to unscrew.
The round trip ticket was cheaper. You're missing it. Okay. So I had to take that shit out, went back to Virginia, put the shit back on.
He's also not good at budgeting, apparently.
No, I'm real good at it. So I took all that shit out. I closed it again, but I kept the screws out this time because I was like, can't get me again because I just pop it open and put the thing back up, right? Well, I got back, then the controller starts shifting all weird and it won't close right. So now it still don't work. The whole point of the story, it sucks.
Buying a new controller would have been cheaper.
Nah.
Okay.
That's just expensive. I'm the only person to live here.
Okay. What else have you gotten good at? Have you actually gotten good at? What other things have you actually improved upon in this time of the world ending?
I started shaving my head. I got good at shaving my head because I couldn't do that shit before for real. I had never done it, so I was like, shit was weird. But now I can legitimately shave my head, and that shit will be done in about 10, 15 minutes. And I'll be like, all right, yeah, pretty clean, good. Okay, I can go. So that's one thing that I legitimately like for life shit. I've also bought new clothes since Faith and them ridiculed me. I bought that. So I got new jeans. I'm gonna get more jeans. I think I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 pairs. It's about time for me to upgrade my wardrobe anyway. I've been ridiculed by multiple people over the last little stretch because, you know, I'm the same size, so I got shirts and shit that I've had and I've been accumulating for the last 10 years. I'm just like, what's wrong with these? Yeah. And they're like, yo, the fuck? And I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. But they're like, you can look better. I'm like, I look fine. They're like, you can look better. I'm like, all right, fine. So then I go and, you know, whatever, because girls are jerks. Mm-hmm. But these are some things that I'm getting better at. Also, I put a whole place together since quarantine happened, which is cool.
You did.
So
you did.
This went from looking like nothing to like, this is kind of all right. And it's going to get better. I got more coming. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe, this shit's about to get even more lit. So, yeah, I feel good about that. I can turn on a light and turn this into a nightclub whenever I want, which is great. And I'm actually getting more of those. I'm gonna get a subwoofer. So some things.
I still don't understand why, and I'm gonna base this on alcohol and just the fact that they were enjoying
music,
everything that was there, including and they were enjoying
each other
themselves. You said that, not
each
me.
Other, yeah.
But yes, they
the
were.
Vibe.
Those fucking lights
Those lights are great.
Those lights are terrible.
They're fantastic.
But they were enjoying them.
Dude, you have no idea how that shit works. They're so great.
I've been to many a quinceañera where those lights...
Why are you going to quinceañeras? How old are you?
Hold on, Holmes.
Don't do that.
I'm fucking...
Wait, how old were you when you went to these?
They were, you know...
That's 15, right?
Yes.
Aren't you black?
So?
Ain't Brent a white name?
It is. It's a British name, in fact.
So what are you doing at quinceañeras? Also, don't say quinceañera to me.
Hold on, Holmes.
You're not. Stop. Why am I saying the CC again? Shit.
Simon.
Don't say Spanish shit to me. I don't even understand you in English, let alone when you start speaking Espanol.
Like
Ugh.
they may have. They were friends of people that I knew. They were like the little sisters of people that I knew.
So you get invited to weddings and quinceañeras and sweet 16s and all this shit.
I have in the past. A lot of that dried up.
I've never been invited to any.
The last thing I was invited to was my cousin's wedding in December.
I've seen those pictures. I saw those.
No, you didn't. There were no pictures.
Okay, I saw another pictures on your Facebook thing.
There were no pictures.
I was gonna say I saw pictures on your Facebook. And
the wedding that I was invited to that you saw on my Facebook page was of my friend's sister's wedding.
Did you bag it?
No, I wanted to. I had
a
huge crush on her in high school. Like when I first met my friend, and there comes his sister, and I'm like, God. And this was in my phase where I was really into Latin chicks. Mm-hmm. So I was super into her, and she was fine anyway.
Yeah, Latin chicks aren't too bad.
But yeah, I don't remember much from that night because that was the night I ended up getting blackout drunk. And
you ate the worm.
No, we didn't eat the worm, but we got blackout drunk because there was some cousin from somewhere in Europe that just kept handing out shots of vodka throughout the party. And it was an Indian summer, so it was super hot, and none of us were hydrated. And
that's dangerous.
And the mixers were shit. The mixers were just Coke and squirt. So yeah, it was this whole fucking big thing where dehydration, I think, played a huge part in this thing. But I and a couple other people ended up passing out by the end of the night.
Did you wake up with your ass hurting?
No.
No. All right.
But I did end up. I woke up intermittently throughout the night.
Don't say intermittently.
There was a cousin there. I'll never forget this dress. It was like black and blue. This had the skin tight dress on. I was talking to her. We were doing some salsa dancing, which I tried to remember a little bit because actually the bride had tried to teach me how to salsa dance in high school because I was trying to learn from my then high school girlfriend.
You were trying to break up that wedding.
I wasn't trying to break up that wedding because.
Did you like the guy?
Yeah, actually.
No. Okay.
Yeah, actually.
That always makes it harder to break up.
But well. The guy did what he should have done. The guy was, she was out of his league, but he locked it down. So
you're saying you should have done that? You did it wrong.
No, she was out of his league, but you know she.
Would you have broken up the wedding?
He gave her a kid, so that's where the wedding came from.
What if she had been like, Brent, this was supposed to be you?
No, it wasn't supposed.
Me, Brent.
It wasn't supposed to be me.
What if she said?
It wasn't supposed to be me because I couldn't be my high school friend's brother-in-law.
Why not?
I don't know.
Some people you just know.
Yeah, just being brother, like that's too close, and then like she's gonna talk about the shit, you know, our marriage, and that probably wasn't gonna work.
That's fair.
But yeah, that was blackout drunk night. I remember waking up at different parts. I woke up. That
was a lot better than
the last thing I remember was walking to my car looking for some Gatorade because I knew I was fucked up. So she was leaving. So the chick I was chatting up, she was leaving, or it looked like she was leaving. I was like, okay, let me at least get her phone number. I thought I was gonna do some wedding crash shit, but I was like, let me at least get her phone number and get her contact info. But I'm like, I feel like shit. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, clean myself up.
I hate that scenario.
Like, let me go to the bathroom real quick, clean myself up, and then go find her. Went to the bathroom real quick, looked in the mirror, and my reflection did this. And I was like, oh. Whoa.
In slow motion, right? Yeah, I know.
I was like, I know I brought Gatorade because it was hot. I was like, let me at least hydrate myself. At this point, I'm like, maybe I'll talk to the girl, but I need to get myself back in fucking shape. went to the car, passed out, and apparently threw up on my trunk. That's the last thing I remember. Turns out I apparently then fell into the lawn that was in front of where my car was parked.
Jesus.
Because that's where my glasses were the next day. My friend from high school picked me up and tossed me in the backseat of my car. Apparently, I wasn't the only one who had passed out. One of his cousins had also passed out, and we didn't drink early. Like, we drank late. The bar didn't open until late, and all this other shit.
Did you wake up on your stomach?
No, I woke up on my side.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. That's a good enough friend. I was gonna say if he put you on your back, he didn't care about your life.
Right. So I woke up in my car because I was moving. My friend was driving my car to the hotel that they were all staying at because we couldn't keep it at the venue.
Oh, got it.
And he was the only one that could drive my car because it was stick shift. That was the Lancer. We go to the hotel, and I remember waking up once again in the backseat of my car because they have to pull me out of the car because the hotel told them he can't stay in his car.
You can't just sleep there.
Right, he can't just sleep in his car. So they pulled me out, and I remember waking up intermittently.
Stop saying that.
One of my friends on one side, the other friend, Gabe was on the, one of my friend Jose, he was the brother of the bride, and my friend Gabe on the other side, and they were dragging me up to their suite that they had gotten, because they knew it would be late, and they just slept at the hotel. End up walking into a pillar, face first into a big pillar, and then they passed me out on a couch in the suite that they got. I woke up the next day. That was when I woke up with one of the bridesmaids was like, this guy. And I woke up like, huh? What happened? And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I started piecing it together. I don't remember anything else in between those spots. I don't remember anything. I don't remember falling in the grass. I don't remember getting in the car. I don't remember anything else. I remember waking up and the car's moving. I'm like, what happened? And Jose's like, you're all right. And I passed back out and waking up again and hitting the pillar and then passing. I don't remember landing on the couch. I remember waking up on the couch.
All I can really say to that is that this is why you shouldn't go to quinceañeras.
That was a wedding. That wasn't even a quinceañera.
I'm just fucking with you. That's fucking
Although
hilarious,
quinceañeras might have been the same fucking thing.
That is fucking ridiculous. But also, I've been there. My worst one that I can really think of was with TJ at it wasn't a New Year's Eve party, but it was a house we used to go to for New Year's Eve parties all the time. And there was this fine girl there, but she got there after we had been there for like 2 hours, and we had been drinking like pretty heavy. We been into it, so we having a great time, talking shit, having a great time, everybody laughing, we just flowing. She's sitting by herself, she seemed kind of thrown off. You know me, I'm like, ain't nobody talking to this fine ass girl. Like, what the fuck going on here? I'm like, you bad as shit in here. Ain't nobody talking to you? I think I'll go ahead over here. I walked over, make her laugh, whatever. I'm like, you want a drink? She's like, hell yeah. I'm like, all right, make her a drink. She's like, oh, you got a drink with me? I'm like, ooh. Like, I'm already there. I'm good. I don't need to drink.
Yeah.
She's like, come on, you got to drink with me. You have to. I'm like, all right. So I make a drink. If I was thinking, I would have poured some bullshit, but young. I'm in my 20s early. I'm young, stupid. I should have poured some dumb shit and then been like mainly juice, and I'd have been fine. But that's me being a grown up now.
Or beer.
Right. That's me being a grown up now. But it was all liquor. She won't let me get away with no beer. She was on my ass. She was on my ass, Brent. I'm talking like.
And see, on this night, I thought I was doing okay because I'd settled on beer for a while.
Bruh.
But that dehydration caught up with me, and also that fucking cousin with the shots.
Nah, Shorty was she was not playing with me, and she wanted all parts of this D, all of it. She wanted all of it, and I was like, boy, I got toasted. I was so fucking mad at myself because we start talking, we laughing, she cracking up. She had a boyfriend, I guess, that dropped her off and left. They was arguing with each other, this whole shit, whatever. And I'm like, man, fuck that nigga, man. He fucked up. He should have been in here. He should have done whatever. You know, this is bullshit. I'm dirty macking like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know this nigga. Ain't dirty macking on like one of my people.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, he did fuck up. He shouldn't have left you here. Because look.
Right.
Look. So, she's giggling, whatever. I remember bobbing for apples That happened.
Okay.
We were in because it was a kitchen
I haven't
party.
bobbed for apples since I was.
I don't even think it was an apple. I think it was a pomegranate.
I don't think I bobbed for anything over the age of 10.
I never bobbed for shit, but it was a pomegranate, and this fine girl was in the kitchen, and we was laughing and shit about something stupid. And I don't know if I said it, she said it, but one of us was like, yeah, it's like bobbing for apples. And I was like, I get that shit. Drunk like a motherfucker. I get it. Just grabbed this shit with my teeth. Mind you, when I came up to shit, she was like, oh my gosh, she's so impressed. Like, it worked. The play worked, whatever I was trying to do. Whatever I was trying to get off there worked, but it was so ridiculous. And the long and short of it is we had about 4 more rounds. So when I tell you I was dead, I was fucking dead. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I knew I was done. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. She was like, yeah, you wanna drive me home? I was like, yeah, baby, I got you. I'll take you to a spot or whatever, You're my boy. You gonna drive me off in my car, and then I'm gonna drop you off at your car. I knew damn well I was done. Mm-hmm. And I walked to the bathroom. I was like, fuck. Whole party going on. I'm looking around. Small ass bathroom. They got this little fucking closet bathroom. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm about to crash. I locked the door. Door on the shit don't lock. Bullshit lock. And it's the only bathroom in the party right now. Oh. Everything else was downstairs, and we were all upstairs. It was this girl who lived at her parents' crib. But she had the upstairs section with like a balcony and all this shit, and we had everything else down there. So I'm in this bitch. I think I locked the door. I'm just hurling, dog. Hugging the toilet. But I'm still coherent because a lot of the time when I get drunk, I don't get fucked up out of my mind. I'm still me. Yeah. So I'm still there, but I'm like, fuck, I can't get it back. Like, I need to tuck this shit in. Nothing. Door pop open. Oh my God, are you okay? Oh, it was her. It was her. I'm like, no. I'm like, I look so corny right now. And TJ like, man, what the fuck happened to you? He ain't never seen me fucked up. He like, what the fuck? Yeah, you sick? Yeah. I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm good. I'm straight. She's like, why would you do this to him? How did you do this? She's like hitting TJ now. This nigga ends up bagging Shorty that I put in all the work on. Mind you, he didn't actually bag, but he got all the benefits that night that it would have been mine. Yeah. And I was mad as fuck because I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm like, if I could just stand up, I could take back my rightful place as king on this Pride Rock. But I can't. Fucking Scar is about to take.
That's the only time I've ever been.
It was terrible.
I've never been drunk enough to actually throw up other than that night.
Really?
Other than that night, and I honestly don't think, and honestly, if I was still conscious, I probably wouldn't have.
Nah, that shit gets me.
But I was knocked the fuck out. I don't even remember throwing up. Nah. I just remember, waking up with.
Not this guy.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I drink more than you do. Like, you don't drink as much as I do. I wouldn't say. I don't know how you were back then.
I think I can just hold my liquor. Like
I see. I'm a big boy too, so like. It never really is an issue until it's an issue.
But you forget, like, when we were in the old world, when we were doing fucking karaoke, I was down in Adios Motherfuckers like that shit was water.
But think about it. How many times you see me in there getting loose, too? I'm fucking drinking Jack, ginger ale, and Jameson's back to back. Like, goop, goop, goop. Because them shits, they would load them up, especially because they
And even when I'm not doing that, I'm doing rum and Coke.
But that's me. But that's what I'm saying.
Or whiskey.
I don't get drunk, right? But then only in extenuating circumstances.
Like, I don't do beer.
A fine girl saying, hey, drink with me. And it's a girl that I had no clue about prior, and I just gotta like make something out of nothing.
Like, the only time I do that weak shit like beer is if I'm trying to maintain. I don't need to do that shit if I'm trying to get drunk. If I'm trying to get drunk, I drink.
I'm never trying to get drunk.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. I never am really trying to get drunk. That never happens. When it does happen, it's very rare. And typically those nights, I know that I went hard as a bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd be like, ooh. Like, last time I threw up was this year. I threw up this year at some point. I remember partying with Kelsey in fucking Pittsburgh. Fucking got obliterated.
But I don't even get.
We all did though.
Yeah, but like I don't even feel like the same hangover shit that other. Like, I think I feel it, but it doesn't affect me the same way. Like if I drank like a motherfucker the night before, I wake up and I may have a dull headache.
Nah.
But I'm not like, oh, I'm so fucking hungover, I can't go to work. Like, motherfucker.
I don't get hungover like that. Like, I've had that kind of feeling before.
But I've gone to work the next day.
Yeah, I can always go to work. I've never called out off of no hangover.
Right.
But I have had that level of hangover where it's like, I probably should just stay where I am forever. You know what I mean? Like, I've had that hangover where you're like, I'm never drinking again. I don't
like
actually
I've
say it, but
I've had the day afters where I know the provisions I need to have. I know I need to have some Gatorade.
Right.
I know I need to have some food.
For me,
I
it's
know
like,
I need to and maybe some aspirin.
Yeah, for me,
and
it's
I'm
either
all right.
throw up immediately, go to the bathroom immediately, drink a lot of water, and then I had to eat something really heavy. Like typically it was Chinese food. I needed something with a lot of grease after.
Yeah. You get
that kind of shit. Actually,
you get yourself some junk food at the end of the night.
It's heavy though. Like I had to like load it up because it would soak up most of the alcohol. And then like I think with Chinese food it was because I would always get noodles. I would always end up with lo mein at that point. So then in lo mein the noodles would expand. They soak up most of the alcohol.
Also, you'd want to you'd be craving that shit anyway.
Right,
so you get yourself some junk food at the end of the night. You get yourself some Gatorade or Powerade or some kind of aid, something with electrolytes, vitamin water,
some kind of aid.
Vitamin water, something either at the end of the night or immediately when you wake up.
Yeah.
Maybe some aspirin the next day if you absolutely need it.
Right.
But especially if you're young.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in your 20s, you can.
Oh, in your 20s is
you can.
Yeah, that's okay.
Unless you're a complete pussy, you can work that shit out the next day.
Oh yeah.
Like you're fine.
I've
fucking gotten drunk and partied, and when 24 hours fitness was a thing, the night would have been over and gone and fucking worked out that night because nothing else happened. Got no pussy. Still feeling up. Fuck it. Let me go to the gym. Let me go work out.
I definitely left the bar in Virginia with TJ them, and on the same stretch, I had the what was it? Not Planet Fitness. Anytime Fitness. No, 24-hour Fitness. Anytime Fitness. They had that shit in Virginia too. So I had the Anytime Fitness membership, and I was like, fuck it. I went over, like, parked the car. I was the only one in that motherfucker. I was like, man, let me get some bench pressing that real quick.
Yeah, fuck it.
I remember this motherfucker calling me like, are you at the fucking gym? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, fuck. I thought I was the only fucking crazy person that goes to the gym after drinking. I said, of course you go to the gym after drinking. He's like, yeah, that's like a normal thing for me. I'm like, this motherfucker, yo.
Yeah.
Like, makes sense though. This is why you're still in great shape like you are, because you go party and then you're like, I'm gonna work this shit off. So I'm like, I did that shit. I can only remember doing it that one time, but I killed it though.
Still feeling good. Right. I've only done that one time too, but
that
still feeling good.
Yeah, I felt great.
Not sleepy at all.
It didn't even feel like a workout to me because I was lit. So I was like, this is actually better than I thought it would be.
All right,
I had no idea that I would be like
still fucking
killing this shit.
And for whatever reason, you only did that once.
Right.
I don't know why it was only once.
Never went back. I don't know why either. I had it because like I passed the same shit over and over again. Never cars in the parking lot. I'm like, damn, I can go here right now. Nah, I'm going home. I'm gonna go to Taco Bell. It's right there too. Pass this and get to Taco Bell.
Maybe I had already eaten and didn't do the last minute grab or whatever. But I was like, fuck it. It's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. I got 24 hours. Let's test this 24-hour shit out real quick.
Look, man, we gotta stop talking about this shit because it's depressing. The whole world. I miss the whole world. Anyway, man, this is now officially the longest podcast we've ever done. I feel like I say this every other week now, but this is like legit.
Did you tell us what you gotten better at?
Yeah,
2K.
I did. That was right here. That's why I said it. I said it right here.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, Brent?
They can find me at Surreal469 on everything. SURREAL, the numbers 469. As well as if you want to go to Instagram and look up Surreal200, you can whip my ass and keep me on track to trying to lose weight. I should be working out again in the next couple of days after this whatever bullshit
you can also
Trapzilla
play
gave
on
me.
Madden. You can also play him on Madden, so you can whoop his ass there too.
You can't whoop my ass on Madden. I've been trying to play Madden just exhibition games, and I still fucking get my ass whipped.
Of course.
On pro. Like I'm still rookie.
Yeah.
I can beat.
They're murderers.
Pro. Fucking. Oh, you thought you caught that? Nah, we just gonna have your man drop that shit. We just gonna have him drop it. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Where do they find you?
You can find me at 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube because YouTube hates me. But if you do want to follow me on YouTube, it's TRE 72289. Never really say that, but I figured since episode 40, why not?
Why not? You can find us at Get Here Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, here_pod on Twitter, and patreon.com/GetHerePod and onlyfans.com/GetHerePod is where you help keep us drowning our tears in fucking alcohol and loud ass fans in the microphone.
That's actually not that bad.
They're actually not that bad. But if you want to eliminate all the noise, then you need to donate so that we can upgrade the equipment and or get central air and or make your listening experience slightly better.
It would be dope to get an office.
Would it?
Yeah. That should be lit.
I call Jim.
I don't know, man. You can't have a gym. You can't have the gym.
Yeah.
No, it would be lit though.
You know, you're Dwight.
Oh, you're saying like, okay, well, nah, I don't want to be Dwight.
Nobody wants to be Dwight.
I kind of like Dwight. I'd be Michael.
You seem like a Michael.
Actually, hate Michael.
Actually, you seem like a Jim, and I seem like a Michael.
I'm definitely more of a Jim.
I feel like I'm more of a Michael. Unfortunately,
for sure more of a Jim. That is me. I would be hitting on the hot secretary in the office.
Jim, no, he didn't though. Jim was a pussy for way too long. Jim was a pussy for years.
It was long game.
Cause fucking.
Did you hear them say on the last 2 episodes ago? Did you hear them say that the long game is legendary? Thank you. I rest my case, Mr. Banner. You heard it from the mouths of babes.
Whatever.
You see what I did there? I said babes because that was good, right?
You sound like one of those guys on the wall of How Do We Even Get Here Facebook. You have boobies?
Well, you know what they were trying to do. They were trying to hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.